In this video, we're going to have a look at one more tool in the Czech corpus that can help you decide on what to learn. And that tool is called lists, and we're going to find it out again here in that little grid on the right-hand side. And I'm going to choose lists this time. And all that does is gives me lists of different types of words by frequency. So by default, I'm just going to see all the most frequent words in Czech. So if you're interested in the most frequent words that you want to learn, here they are. But you can drill down using this POS column. POS means parts of speech, and if I click in here, I can see the different types of speech. Unfortunately, it's not all that well described, but I can sort of guess what they mean. So I can guess that noun is noun, and so I'm just going to click on that, and it's going to filter and only show me nouns. Now this doesn't look too useful, but I'm going to click on frequency here again. I'm going to this time sort it by most frequent, and it's going to show me the most frequent nouns in Czech. So if you're deciding on your priorities, what you should be learning in terms of nouns, you can do that. You can even go further and search through the lemma. Again, the lemma means just the root of the word or the dictionary form, and I may be interested in what other words end in or have the letters E and K, and the as Háčkem, and so I'm going to quickly type in as Háčkem and K, and it's going to search, and it's going to show me all the words that have those letters in them. So I can see some of them are names, there's also the word věk, so and it's going to sort them by frequency, and I can see that almost none of them are particularly worth learning at the beginning because they're not all that frequent. So that's something I can do. So I can then go and look at other types of words. So for example, I can guess that A is adjective, and so if I search for that, and I'm going to see yes. So these are the most frequent adjectives again. So this is a worthwhile thing to just copy and use in your Quizlet and learn how to use this. And again, you can see the frequencies of all of these words here. And so on. So you can go in and just go through these different letters and see what they do. So so we saw nouns. It's actually scroll down a little bit. We're going to see V for verbs, and that again is going to show you the most frequent the verbs. Now you can do one more thing. You can actually look for specific word forms. Now that doesn't do it by part of speech, but if you that actually is going to take the specific actual word form. So in this case, again. We can look at something, for example, the form uje. So what are the most frequent words in which we find the word uje, which is usually, and we can see that uje is most often the ending of a verb, and these are the most frequent verbs that it appears with. Now, here the frequency is perhaps slightly less important, but again, it's going to show you how this works. And then again, you can choose which these different how these different verbs are used, and you can start learning them. Now, if I look for ovat, which is of course the typical one of the different endings for in the infinitive, it's going to show me again those different verbs that end in ovat, and again I can start learning that. And if I learn the ones ending in eat, for example, we have meet, eat, and so on. So those are just some of the things that I can search for in here to find out or more about how these words work. Now here at the bottom, I can then start searching for other things. For example, showing me how the different words are used in different genres like fiction, nonfiction, conversation, and so on. But that is a bit more advanced, but again, it's worth exploring. So that is the list tool in the Czech corpus, and I hope it's useful to you as you're going about deciding how to prioritize your learning.